Hi, this is Sarah Attar, Saudi Arabia's first female Olympic runner. I'm going to answer a few questions for you. I hope you enjoy. Honestly, it's been such a huge honor to be presented with this opportunity to take on this role, to participate in the Olympics, to represent Saudi Arabia women in the Olympics 2 times now. It's allowed my running to take on something truly bigger than myself. It's connected me to a global audience. I'm equally, if not more, inspired by those who have been motivated by my story. This title continually gives me motivation because it shows me that we are capable of really big things. It's truly empowering to my running and also just my life as a reminder that we can embrace the big things that come about in life and we can go after them and they can truly make an impact in other people's lives. That's really a beautiful thing to know that I've been able to inspire people through what I've done, and that my running was able to take on just something bigger than myself. I really look forward to seeing what other big things we can achieve. Running really empowers the mind and body in incredible ways. I think it's really symbolic for many areas of life. It shows you that self-care is important because the more you take care of yourself and your body and your mind, the better you perform. So it really shows you kind of that like cause and effect, and how it does take some intention to feel good in our bodies, but it truly is possible if you give it that time and that energy. It really teaches you to respect the task at hand, meaning that big accomplishments call for big periods of rest. So when we do like really big workouts, or you go out and you take on this big challenge, your body and mind will need to like restore itself from that big exertion. And I think that's also really symbolic in life, just about the like ebb and flow, and to realize that there will be like highs and lows in everything we do. It's really all about balance, and running has shown me that. Running is so powerful because it shows you what you're capable of. It's given me bigger goals than I would have ever set for myself had I not been in this situation. It really teaches you to respect your body also, and respect your mind, because you see what your body is able to do for you and how far it can take you, and that it truly is capable of incredible things if you allow it. I think regarding women being active members of society without fear that they'll be judged, I think it really comes down to going after what you're passionate about and building a community around it. There might be an initial fear and unsettlement, and there might be initial judgment, but this typically means that it's something that you care about and it's something big. So I think sometimes it really helps to create or find a group of people doing the same thing that you are interested in, especially in this case, a group of women. I think there's really powerful, beautiful things that happen when we're able to work on those goals together. And there's great power when we lift each other up and support each other's goals. The main way for women being more involved in the fitness industry to be more embraced and encouraged in our society is for it to happen more often. I think just the more that it becomes like a normal thing for women to be working out, for women to be running, like anything in life, as it becomes more consistent, people get more used to that idea. For example, in the London Olympics, when we went in 2012, it was not an embraced idea that Saudi women would compete. But we showed up and we did it anyways. And initially there was some like backlash and some people didn't like it, but the more time passed, the more it's been embraced. And then in the Rio Olympics, just this last year in 2016, there were double the amount of us competing and a ton more support. So I think when we keep putting ourselves in those positions, it becomes more embraced over time, definitely. Some big challenges initially for me in the position of like breaking that norm in the beginning was that there was a lot of criticism with what we were doing. When there's times of breaking status quo and social norms, a lot of people don't want that to happen. So regardless of what it is, when things are shifting, people are unsettled. That's kind of like a natural human reaction. So I think it's initially can be really hard to deal with, especially if it's like new to deal with that. Like this was my first time really being in the public eye, and it was just a lot of attention, and some of it wasn't so positive. So I think a big factor was just learning to, one, not pay attention to the people who were criticizing, because there will always be people who try to bring you down. And those people are usually coming from a place of negativity and like their own issues. So it's important to pay attention to the people who are bringing you up, because there are always also going to be people who are supporting you and bringing you up. So it really pushed me to learn to focus on the positive things in life, and learn to be grateful for those people who were supporting us. I think by challenging the norm, what we did in the Olympics, it inspired so many people to go after their own big goals, regardless of what they are. And I think that's super symbolic, even just to like personal things we go through. It teaches us to like break beyond those challenges within ourselves and find a like better version of ourselves, which is really powerful. I think it's super important to acknowledge that we have a place, and I think it's also just a matter of time, and it's easy to fall into a routine, especially one that's been so embedded into the culture and into the history of a place. But there's always ways to relearn things and relearn ways of thinking, relearn ways of doing things. And that really leads to new opportunities while still embracing our culture. So it's not about totally like getting rid of everything we've ever known. It's about it all being synergistic together. I think some advice I have to women who feel like they're not capable of shattering stereotypes or being contributors to society is learning that little things do make a difference. Like you don't have to go and do this like big thing in the Olympics and shatter all these crazy ideas. But by you doing what you're passionate about and going after it wholeheartedly and positively and really just like pursuing what you're interested in a really positive, powerful way, I think that is what ultimately leads to powerful contributions. And I think also it really comes down to like believing in yourself and being brave, which no one else can do for you. It takes a lot of intention to come to a new mindset, but is 100% possible if you want it. The first step, of course, is acknowledging that you are capable, you are brave, you have great talents to share with the world, and we are interested in seeing what they are. When you embrace those ideas, the world helps you achieve those things, and it's really beautiful. I think if there's hesitation to joining the world of sports just because of stereotypes, it's important to remember that stereotypes exist so long as people keep feeding into them. I think we can choose to like live in them, or we can choose to live outside of them. And once we realize we have that choice, it eliminates the hesitation. Because if you're in tune with what you want and you see that it's possible, then you can make that choice to join that world. And it also really helps to seek out the community surrounding what you're interested in. Like, don't be afraid to reach out to people you don't know. If you see like that there's this cool like group of girls like playing sports after school, or there's like a cool running club you want to join, or a gym you want to test out. I think it's so crucial to embrace that period of learning. And there will be unknowns on like the first day of practice or the first day of these events. But that's like, those are the points that really make us grow. And I think if we can fall into those rhythms of trying new things and embracing things that we're afraid of, that's when we really break beyond our challenges within ourselves. That's when we really make an impact in the world. So don't be afraid to do something new and different. And know that it's okay to be new at something. Embrace that process. Know that we're like all in this together. We're all here to build each other up, and we all want each other to succeed. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Always feel free to reach out to me via email or Instagram or Twitter even. If any of you guys ever have questions or just want to chat through things, I'm always happy to answer those questions, and feel free to reach out. Thank you so much.